Good morning, Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise. I'd like to welcome everyone to another beautiful Thursday morning as we start our weekly meeting this morning. Just want to thank everybody for coming out and wish you all have a great day. Let us start our meeting off in prayer. I'd like to invite Rotarian Keith Roy to give us our invocation for this morning.
Good morning, everybody. The Rotary grace, O God, and giver of all good, we thank thee for our daily food. May Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us serve all of our days. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Keith. We will now have our loyal toast by Rotarian Eric Butler.
Good morning, everyone. Let's raise our mugs, our glasses for our loyal toast to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
To the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Yes.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Now I'd like to invite our visiting Rotarians and guests this morning. Our secretary couldn't be with us this morning, but I'd like to ask our Rotarian Nicolette to give us to welcome our Rotarians and guests this morning.
Thank you, President Therese. Good morning, Rotarians and all guests. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our guest speaker, past Assistant Governor, Mr. Lindsay Cancino, and a warm welcome to all of our Rotarians this morning of Nassau Sunrise. If anyone else have a guest, can you introduce them, please?
Hi, good morning, Rotarian Nicolette, fellow Rotarians and guests. It's my pleasure to introduce my guest this morning, Sophie Saunders. Please make her feel welcome.
Welcome, Sophie.
Welcome, Sophie.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to mention that Mr. Lindsay Cancino will be our guest speaker this morning, so we look forward to his awesome presentation.
Thanks.
Is there anyone else?
I believe we have
Yeah.
Rotarians visiting from other clubs. Timmy.
And we also have, I see there is an S. Williamson. I don't know if she's a guest of a Rotarian. So I need to welcome her as well.
Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Welcome, and we hope you enjoyed the meeting.
Ms. Williamson, were you invited by a Rotarian?
Yes, Rotarian Bodie.
Oh, Errol.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Errol is not online, so he must be fine for inviting you and not introducing you this morning. Well, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the meeting this morning.
Thank you.
Okay. If there are no other guests, please sit back, enjoy the meeting, and everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Nicolette. Did an awesome job this morning. I just would like to invite our Director Tanisha to give us announce our raffle this morning. So we can raise our kitty this morning. Please speak.
Good morning. Thank you very much, President Therese. Happy Thursday, everyone. This morning, we're raffling off an awesome prize that we all can use at this time. It's going to be a $100 gas voucher. So I'm sure everyone's seen the prices at the pump go up, but we're going to help you out a little bit for a week or maybe a month, depending on the size of your vehicle. So this morning's raffle tickets will be 1 for $5, 3 for $10. Oh, we're also going to have a $25 gift certificate to the hottest art house in Nassau. So that's a total of $125 in gift certificates. The ticket prices are 1 for $5, 3 for $10. You can purchase them in the chat. And to visiting Rotarians and guests, you can also participate in the raffle. And you can be in touch with any member of our club, and they'll be able to tell you how you can pay for your ticket. So that's 1 for $5, 3 for $10. Please support the raffle. Thank you very much. Back to you, President Torres.
Thank you, Tanisha. I appreciate it. Please put your amounts in the chat. So let's get the ball rolling this morning. I see our Director Patrick came online a moment ago, so I'm going to get you started out with giving us our jokes and fines this morning, filling in for our Sergeant of Arms this morning. Patrick.
Good morning. Okay. We're going to fine everybody $3 today. You're going to fine everybody $3 today. As for the joke, there was this federal agent, he goes to this old farmer's farm one day and he said, we have to search this farm. So the farmer's like, why you need to search my farm? He said, don't worry about why I need to search your farm. We just need to search this farm. He said, yeah, but who are you to search my farm? He said, I'm a federal agent. You see this badge? This badge gives me the right to search this farm, go any place on this farm. He said, well, since you insist, you see, just further down there, you see that building down to the end there? Don't go in that. He said, listen to me. This badge allows me to go any place I want to go. So farmer said, okay. A few minutes later, he heard a federal agent shouting, help, help, and this big bull running behind him. So the farmer jumps up and say, your badge, show him your badge, show him your badge. Back to you, Mr. President.
Mr. President, Patrick should pay my fine this morning.
$45.
Patrick should pay the fine for everybody.
Yeah. Patrick. Yeah, that one didn't come across. All right, thank you very much. In any event, please note that you'll be fined $3. I don't know why we're being fined and assessed the $3, but we'll be all fined $3 this morning. Thank you, Patrick.
Patrick, they slow this morning. I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
That was a good one, Patrick. I got it.
That's right.
So you ought to pay $5. You ought to pay $5.
For those who got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Even I got that. Y'all, shame on y'all.
We got it. Just the way we got it.
Thank you, nonetheless, Patrick. We appreciate it.
Fine Felix, $20 for me.
I'd like to invite Gwen this morning to give us our birthdays and anniversaries this morning.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Pleasure to be here this morning. We don't have any birthdays or anniversaries this morning, but we all know that Sophia's mom passed away this past Monday. So if you would please remember to keep her and her family in your prayers. Sophia, please know that you're in our thoughts and in our hearts. That's all we have today, Mr. President. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Gwen, and safe travels. Yes, let us remember remember Sophia's mom, and please reach out to her and give her your condolences on the passing of her mother. We will now like to invite persons for announcements this morning. I'd like to open up for announcements.
Yeah, quick announcement from me, President Terrence. Good morning, everyone. Rotarians, if you need shirts, please reach out to me. I'm making an order. Some persons missed the last order. There's some beautiful colors, and I posted the palette in the chat. So please, today by noon, if you would like a nice polo shirt or a t-shirt with Rotary or Rotary at Work, please reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you, P. Donna. And I'd just like to note that the Rotary Club of the Bahamas will be having a raffle for all of the clubs in the Bahamas. It will be forthcoming. Please note that we like appreciate all members in each club to participate in this raffle. The raffle the proceeds will be divided amongst all of the clubs. So it is a fundraising event for all of the clubs in the Bahamas. So please partake, and more information will be forthcoming to ensure that we're able to have a successful fundraiser. And please, once the raffles are disseminated, please ensure that you do your best to sell the raffles and to also donate as much as possibly can. Please know this will be forthcoming, and more information will be given to you. Are there any other announcements this morning?
Yes. Road to Peace had a poem contest, and they want to have a ceremony to announce the winners and present the winners with their prizes at the Fox Hill Peace site on the 2nd of February, 10 a.m. in the morning to 12 p.m. So anyone who could come out and support, it's the 2nd of February, not February, 2nd of April. Sorry for that, 2nd of April, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Fox Hill Peace site, Fox Hill Park.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. If there aren't any other announcements, I would just like to invite, go ahead, sorry.
Can I take the floor, President?
Yes. Go ahead, Director Kemi.
Yeah, so for everyone who does remember, during the district governor's visit, we went to Willard Patton and reinvigorated the community garden there. So I'm pleased to announce that there are sprouts and whatnot that are popping up there at the garden. So we do want to get back into assisting in getting the garden going. So I plan to go there on Saturday this weekend, do a bit of watering, a bit of maintaining. So if anyone is interested and able to assist, definitely would appreciate the support. We do need to do quite a bit of work there in terms of the picket fence there. That needs to be totally scrubbed, sanded, repainted. The gate needs to be mended, and they just need some general assistance to get the garden going. It doesn't take too much effort now. It would only take about an hour or so of your time, since we've already done most of the tilling of the soil. So if persons are available, please let us know. Also, you can reach out to myself or Secretary Doneth with respect to going back to the training that we had mentioned previously about working with the Crisis Center. We had missed our previous date, but we still do want to live up to our commitment with them in terms of volunteering to man the hotlines there. So please let myself or her know if you are interested in doing that. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Kemi.
Good morning.
Sorry, this one on Kemi question. Was there a time on Saturday where you would want to be there?
I'm planning on trying to go there for about between 9 and 10 on Saturday, okay, just to do some general maintenance there. So some of the sprouts are coming up, so we just want to do a bit of watering, raking of leaves, et cetera, et cetera. So the plan is to make it sustained over every weekend, but not necessarily so much time on one particular day.
Will do. Thank you, Kemi. PAG Karen speaking.
Hi, good morning, President Torres. Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to advise all the members that you'll be seeing invoices coming in for the fines that would have been levied during our weekly meetings. So take a look out for that. Also, just be reminded of the different payment options that are available. You can either do a bank-to-bank transfer online. You can make the deposit yourself at our Fidelity Bank account. Either of those options, please be sure and send me a screenshot of your payment or of your deposit slip. Likewise, if you want to use a debit or credit card, you can, or cash, you can visit me I can make those options available, or you can get an online payment option through our President-elect Doneth. So there's lots of ways to pay whatever may be your outstanding balance and the fines that will be officially invoiced in the coming weeks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, PAG Karen. Are there any other announcements this morning? If there aren't any, just would like to invite Rotarian Tamara to give us our Rotary Minute for this morning.
Guys, I have a question.
Go ahead, PB, with you.
I thought our PP Francis had mentioned a raffle for this club. What's the status on that?
That raffle is for the can't remember. It's a different raffle for the BB Francis. I can't remember. Sorry, it's breaking and losing me this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, President Therese.
Go ahead.
Yes, I had
raffle.
mentioned a raffle for the scholarship committee.
Yes, sorry.
Now that this new raffle has been introduced by our COB, it is proposed that the scholarship committee be included on that raffle as well. So we are hoping that all of our club members join in and support, because we are going after a worthy cause. Thank you.
Thank you, AP Francis. I don't know why the scholarship didn't pop in my brain this morning. I do apologize.
Or we do get that block sometimes.
Yeah, I was like, what? I knew what it was, but I just couldn't say it. I don't know what the point. All right, Rotarian tomorrow.
Good morning, Rotarians and guests. I am giving you your Rotary Minute for this morning. Rotary's impact on water, sanitation, and hygiene. The Rotary Foundation is changing the world by providing grants for projects and activities around the globe and in your own backyard. WASH Global Grant Projects. Since 2013, the Rotary Foundation has invested in more than 130 million in over 2,000 projects worldwide. Through this investment, our volunteers of action have improved access to safely managed and basic WASH services to communities, schools, and healthcare facilities while protecting and conserving water resources. Rotary USAID WASH Partnership. Rotary and the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, assist communities and governments to plan, finance, and deliver safe water, sanitation, and hygiene services while sustainably managing water resources. WASH in Schools Target Challenge. Rotary challenges our members to develop sustainable projects that comprehensively address the most pressing water, sanitation, hygiene, and education needs in Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, India, and Kenya. To learn more about Rotary's impact on water, sanitation, and hygiene, visit www.rotary.org. And that's your Rotary Minute for this morning.
Thank you very much, Tamara. Right at the Rotary Spotlight for this morning, I'd like to Rotarian to Dandria to give us our spotlight for this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Our Rotarian spotlight for today is on Dino Moss. Dino Moss is an investment advisor, portfolio manager, and a director with wealth management. He is a founding member of the Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise and is a holder of multiple Paul Harris recipient. He is a founding member of the Friends of the Nazareth Center, an organization created specifically to provide financial support to the Nazareth Center Children's Home. Additionally, He serves the Archdiocese of Nassau as a member of the Finance Committee and the Archbishop's representative on the revolving fund. Dino is a graduate of St. Augustine's College. He obtained a Bachelor's of Arts in Economics with Finance from Western University in London, Ontario, Canada. Additionally, he holds various financial certifications, including the Canadian Securities Course, Wealth Management Essentials, the Chartered Investment Manager Designation, CIM. He has over 35 years experience in financial services, in the financial services industry. This includes customer service representative and teller at Barclays Bank Bahamas Limited, banking assistant at the Central Bank of the Bahamas, various roles in the investment management industry in the Bahamas and Canada. Dino's experience in the financial industry in Canada and across the Caribbean has provided him with a unique perspective on the needs of his global investment clients and nuances of the international investment markets. In his past roles, he managed advisory and discretionary portfolios for some of the largest pension funds and high net worth clients in the Bahamas. The insight he gained through his development has benefited his clients with his ability to meet their complex and changing needs. In his spare time, Dino enjoys reading, basking in the beauty of the Bahamian waters, and playing golf. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dino Moss.
Mr. President, if I may add, P.E.N. Dino's was the organizer of this club's first ever community service project, which was done at Nazareth Center.
Yes. Thank you, PDG Felix. Also, I'd like to highlight that P and Dino was also one of the major contributors to our annual golf tournament. And he and the wealth management team has also been provide much needed assistance to us and raising funds for this club. So just want to highlight that as well. As we move along our meeting this morning, I would like to invite our P. Donna to introduce our guest speaker for this morning.
Thank you, President Therese. I am at risk of being fined for the guest speaker if I were to go through this very extensive bio of our wonderful Rotarian, PAG Lindsay Cancino. He was born and raised in Nassau, Bahamas, graduated from the Queen's College, the University of Western Toronto, and the University of Windsor. He's a chartered accountant and a 31-year Rotarian. He's a member of the Rotary Club of East Nassau since 1990. In the years, he has largely served the club as foundation chair. As a matter of fact, after serving as his club president, Lindsay attended a Rotary Foundation seminar at the home of Rotary in Evanston, Illinois, and his true passion in Rotary was awakened, and this was when he became a true Rotarian. In the years ahead, he served in one capacity or another, having established the District 7020 Paul Harris Society in 2005 and the Polio Plus Society in 2021. In 2010, he was honored with a citation for meritorious service by the Rotary Foundation for his dedication to its programs, committees, and goals. He has won numerous awards, and the most recent was in 2020. He was awarded with the Distinguished Service Award by the trustee of the Rotary Foundation for exceptional service to the foundation beyond the district level for an extended period. And we, the members of Nassau Sunrise, know Lindsay quite well. He's a major donor, a multiple Paul Harris Fellow, a Bequest Society member of the Rotary Foundation, He has served as Assistant Governor for the Bahamas, District Foundation Chair for District 7020, District Membership Chair, the Annual Fund and Major Gifts Chair, District Polio Eradication Chair, and currently he serves as Zone 34 EPNC for the new members and Polio Now Coordinator. And he was recently appointed a chairman of the Governor General's Volunteer Bahamas. That was in January of 2020. He's a member of the HANWASH committee. He's a well-labeled Rotarian with all the accolades that you can think of. Chairman of the East North Malt Whiskey Society. So he gets to have some fun sometimes drinking some whiskey. He's married to Leslie, who is a past president of Inner Wheel Club of East Nassau. So the family is always into volunteerism. They're the proud parents of twin girls who we happen to know quite well, future Rotarians, Jacqueline and Sophie. Rotarians, guests, please help me welcome PAG Lindsay.
Thank you, Janeth. I've attempted to shorten that bio several times. I don't know how I can do that without leaving things out. But anyway, one day I'm going to figure it out. Thank you to Nassau Sunrise for inviting me to speak this morning during Water and Sanitation Month. And as you probably have surmised, I'm going to address you on the topic of HANWASH, which is a quite a major initiative, but also generated from District 7020. So we have some pride attached to it as well. So let's get started. So let me introduce you to HANWASH. Oh, can I ask you to allow me to share the screen?
You can. You can go right ahead.
All righty. 1 second. There we go. Hopefully, why is that coming up? Okay, 1 second. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Can you see it? I don't know why
Yes,
it's
we
gone.
can. Yes, we can.
Some reason it's gone all the way to the end of the presentation. There we are. Okay. All right. Technical challenges. So let me introduce you to HANWASH, Haiti National Clean Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene Strategy. That's what the acronym stands for. So this is a multi-decade program at an estimated cost of $2.3 billion. Yes, billion with a B. With an audacious goal of providing clean, potable water and satisfactory sanitation to the entire nation of Haiti. To remind us of the dire situation that the citizens of Haiti are faced with, let me share some statistics with you that are probably the same as they were 10, 20, or even 50 years ago. Only 30% of the people of Haiti have potable water within a 30-minute walk from their residence. In the rural villages where most Haitians reside, only 24% have access to a toilet. 2 million people practice open-air defecation. As a result, waterborne illnesses such as typhoid, cholera, and dehydration through chronic diarrhea account for 50% of the deaths in the country. Half of Haiti's water and sanitation infrastructure is simply not functioning. The country is and has been an out of control recipient of aid funding, most of which sadly only focuses on creating relief by temporary fixes to the problems that exist, rather than building the systems necessary for the country to function. The end result of this charity mentality is this: A survey of approximately 3,500 water fountains or kiosks in 2004 showed that only about half actually work. Additionally, 40% of the wells are non-functioning or are contaminated. Charity in Haiti has failed. It is time for a sustainable solution for Haiti that can once and for all resolve their water and sanitation dilemma and serve as a blueprint for other developing countries as well. So in January of 2018, HANWASH was established. It serves as an umbrella to bring together 4 entities within the wash sector in Haiti. First are the water and sanitation implementators in Haiti. These are the non-governmental organizations, NGOs, who specialize in providing water and sanitation solutions. They dig wells, create city water systems, and build micro-flush toilets. Second are the donor agencies from around the world who are committed to funding Haiti water programs. These consist of organizations like USAID, UNICEF, World Vision, and the World Bank, among others, but also include governments and large multinational corporations. Third is DINAPA, which is the government agency in Haiti that regulates water and sanitation for the country. DINAPA is set up to operate outside of the politics of the federal government. It is made up of extremely dedicated professionals, many of whom have master's degrees in water management from North American universities, who really care about helping their fellow citizens. And finally, there's Rotary, working through District 7020, which encompasses Haiti, and in cooperation with the Rotary Foundation and other champion districts from around the world. HANWASH is the organization that is bringing the world players together to do what many had believed was impossible: bring potable water, sanitation, and hygiene to an entire nation. But why Rotary? Why can we achieve what so many others have failed to do in the past? Let me explain. It begins with our systematic, technical-driven approach to gathering current data through community assessments, creating local socially driven solutions that result in a community action plan. I know it sounds complicated, but let me break it down a little bit more. First, let's talk about collecting data. Our on-the-ground operatives, whether they are Rotaractors, Rotarians, or HANWASH ambassadors, use an app on their cell phone called mWater. These volunteers walk through a community or village and map all water sources. They approach a water pump or kiosk and press a button on their cell phone, and through satellite imagery, record the exact coordinates. They then try the pump and code it as functional or broken. After that, they take out a test kit and can instantly determine if the water is safe or E. coli poison. So now we know the status of all water sources in a given community. We then use Google Maps to show the location of each dwelling and lay this map over our water source data. Knowing that each dwelling holds on average 5.5 people and that access to water is defined as being under 500 meters from the source. And we now have accurate data on the level of access to clean water in each community. We have done this so far for 40% of the country. No one has ever tried to do this wide-scale community assessment before. We are establishing a baseline by which we can establish the water requirements for the whole of Haiti. Next is creating socially driven solutions. There are 144 communes in Haiti. Commune is much like a county. We meet with the commune leaders, as is shown in this photograph from January 2019. You may recognize past Rotary International Director John Smodge there, who presented past RI President Barry Rassens Tai. He was just finishing his year as president at the time, with the local mayor. And I believe this was in Cavaillon. We talk with these leaders, show them our collected data, and ask them, how can we help you to provide clean water to your citizens? We are not driving this. To be successful, we understand that it has to be the local community that moves this initiative forward. We will provide the engineering study, provide the initial funding, and build the infrastructure and framework, but they take it from there. In each commune, we assign a HANWASH ambassador, either a member of one of our 22 Rotary clubs in Haiti or a part of a trusted local NGO. They are there in the community guiding the process. Collectively, they build the community action plan. Finally, we assure that the process embodies the core values of HANWASH. This includes sustainability, transparency, and accountability. And if you've ever been involved in a Rotary Foundation grant, those words will be very familiar to you. And a thoughtfully managed pay-for-service system. That is correct. We are not providing free water. We are requiring that the citizens pay for the water they receive. And ladies and gentlemen, this is monumental and has never been attempted before. We recognize for our program to be sustainable, we need both social and financial buy-in by the community and its residents for it to work. We establish a professional operator in Cavaillon. It is a local bank who collects fees, passes a small percentage to DINAPA so that they can effectively conduct their regulatory responsibilities and holds the rest for future water systems upgrades and repairs. Sounds difficult? Actually, this is the easy part. The hard part comes with changing the culture. Changing the culture of the people to embrace the idea of pay for service and away from charity. Changing the culture of DINAPA and the local government that it is their responsibility to serve and care for their citizens, not relying on outside NGOs. And the hardest group to change of all are the NGOs, who proliferate the Haiti landscape, offering what is often referred to as toxic charity. Before the 2010 earthquake, there were 4,000 NGOs in Haiti. After the earthquake, 22,000. Each trying to carve a little piece out of Haiti. Unfortunately, very few of them taking on a mindset of what is best for the country as a whole. This photo was taken during the visit in January 2019. It's next to a school in Les Cayes, where the Rotary Club of Les Cayes did a project to provide school desks and benches for the students. This pump was installed less than 4 years ago by some well-wishing NGO, and it doesn't work. On the pad sits a lawnmower that also doesn't work. But of greater significance, if you look north of the pump, that white and blue structure in the back is a water kiosk that is connected to the city water system. That also doesn't work. Rather than spend the funds to fix the existing system, this NGO or church, or maybe it was even a Rotary Club, simply spent another $20,000 to drill a well, install a new pump, and then go home. This happens each week in each and every village in Haiti. We need to bring these organizations together. We need to think about sustainability, about a national initiative. We need to move past the idea of simply offering relief and embrace the concept of providing development. Haiti needs HANWASH. So where are we today? Okay, on this slide shows our progress to recent times. We have been busy, as you can see. A total of about $1.6 million has been spent so far on baseline surveys and planning. It was about 144,000. We've had 4 Rotary Foundation grants approved, 2 in Cavaillon, 1 in Pignon, and 1 in Ferrier. The total of those come up to 1.35 million. They are in various states of rollout. 2 are very recent, so they're just starting out. The others are more well established. And we also have wells in certain communities that have been adopted by clubs in 70-20 specifically, and 2 have already been funded. 3 more are under consideration. including one, I understand, from the combined Rotary clubs of the Bahamas. So as you can see, we've been busy. There's a lot going on in Haiti on the ground. You may notice on the map to the left, all of that, those are all the 144 communes, those little sections of the country. And wherever you see the red shaded areas, those are pilot communes that we are involved in as HANWASH. So there are 7 in total so far. So that brings us to how you can help. Well, we've come up with this idea of Adopt a Well, which is aimed specifically at 70-20 clubs and or a combination of clubs, with the idea that it is a 70-20 located program. And we think that obviously we should walk the walk and talk the talk, and not just talk the talk, sorry. And so we're encouraging clubs to consider adopting a well in Haiti to make this whole process more manageable and achievable. It's not cheap, roughly $20,000 to adopt a well. And that may change. As a matter of fact, we're having renegotiations with the drillers right now. So it looks like the cost of a well may go up. But in any event, this is what we've aimed at starting it with. And as you can see, it's an involved process, these 6 steps before we get to actually drilling a well. So as I mentioned in the earlier part of the presentation, we come up with an action plan for the commune. It has to involve the local government, local leaders who buy in and take ownership of what's going on. They elect a management committee. They train their people in water management systems and sanitation education. All of that has to happen at their level. Nothing to do with anyone in HANWASH. All of that is done to make sure that they are in control of what's happening with this well, so that when we're done and after the well is drilled and leave as Rotary, or foreign Rotarians, I should say, the Haitians obviously would remain. We don't have a repeat of what's happened in the past, where the well-meaning NGO comes in and does this terrific thing and then walks away, and the locals don't know what's happening, how it operates, etc. And when it fails, it can't be fixed. So that's the whole purpose of that. It's only at that point that we would actually drill for the well and hopefully find water. I say hopefully because we often hit contaminated lenses when the water is drawn, and you have to start over again, different part of the commune, some distance away, to make sure that you hit a safe lens of water. So once that happens, then we inaugurate the well and put it to work and go on. This is an audacious goal. We know that. But no one, and I mean no one, could take it on but Rotary. As you've heard today, we are on the path to making it happen. You can help in other ways as well. You can share by getting involved in one of the global grants that I mentioned, or the ones that are still being considered. There are more being actively applied for now. Becoming a district champion, or sponsoring a well through the Adopt a Well program. And if you have any questions or further comments or concerns or anything that we can help, make you more knowledgeable about the subject or answer any of your queries, you can contact myself or past District Governor Delma Maduro at the addresses there. And by all means, please go to the HANWASH website, hanwash.org, and there's a wealth of information there as well. And with that, I will open the floor for questions or comments, and thank you very much for allowing me to present.
Thank you, PT Lindsay. Are there any questions? Comments? I just
I'll
want to
just
know.
say that I didn't know Dino went to the University of Western Ontario. That must be a good man, since I also went there. That's anecdotal. Felix, you got no scathing comments for me?
No, sir, I respect you as a Rotarian, as I do all Rotarians, and I enjoyed the presentation.
Thank you.
I mean, it's an audacious task, and I think we all need to pitch in as much as we can to help.
Yeah. Let me just, while we're, since we have some time here, there are weekly meetings, I forgot to mention that, on every Wednesday for the HANWASH Steering Committee. And anyone who, by all means, you're welcome to. Just contact me and I'll send you the link. They happen at 10 o'clock in the morning. They end promptly at 11. We have an executive director who's a paid employee of HANWASH, Ryan Rowe, who's extremely knowledgeable in this type in the wash sector. Very well educated, has lived all over the world, involved in nonprofit activity. And we also now have an assistant who is on the ground in Haiti, who works very closely daily with Ryan to manage this whole process. And those meetings on a Wednesday are quite enlightening when you see the effort and depths of experience that's involved. It's about 50 people that are involved in that management situation, and they are from all over the world. Most are from North America, but there's people from all over the world involved in it. So it's very multinational. It's very, soundly supported by those who know the what we're trying to achieve and how to do it, and have done it before. So it's very impressive. So if you want to attend one, by all means, let me know.
May I ask a question, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Very enlightening, very eye-opening, and I trust that we as Bahamians would really appreciate not only what we have, but also appreciate the desperation of the people who are our southern neighbors, and be a little more charitable when we hear that they are being apprehended, etc. Sometimes our attitude is as such. I mean, you should see some of the things I see in the chat. Oh, you should just sing the boat and all this kind of most unchristian things. That's my little preaching sermon for the day. Right. But we should really consider the lot of our people, do whatever we can to help. But my question is, you said the project is $1 billion, and you emphasized that. How far are we from realizing some really incremental success, and to say that, we've done so much thus far, and this is what we need for a specific process or specific part of the project? You did say something about $1.something million. Is that what you're referring to as something that some funds that have been raised already? How far are we in achieving some incremental success in this project?
Yes, we have invested 1.6 million so far in various projects and or studies to create the baseline. And it is 2.3 billion is the estimated total cost. We are in negotiations with a number of agencies and multinationals to come up with, a core partner that is going to really accelerate the fundraising. So that's an ongoing process. John Smudge and Cindy Covington, both past district governors and very adept fundraisers in Rotary, lead that subcommittee. And so that is underway. The size of it, I bring it up because apart from obviously it being a big number, it also highlights the fact that this is going to take many decades. I have no illusion, and neither does anyone else involved in this, that we're going to be involved in this for 5 or 10 years and then walk away. That's not going to happen. So just as we've done with the fight against polio, which by the way started in 1985, and we involved international partners in 1988, thinking that we'd be done within 10 years. Here we are 35 plus years later, still fighting it, but we're as close as we've ever been. We've only got one new case of wild polio in the entire world this year so far, and that's in Afghanistan. So Pakistan hasn't had a new case since January of 2021. So that's over a year ago. And we are very close to achieving that goal. We fairly reasonably project that we will be done with polio by the end of 2026. So if we can put in that kind of effort and money, that was over $2 billion of Rotarian donations to make that happen. Collectively around the world, multi-billion dollars have gone into that effort. So we can do it. We've done it before. We shouldn't let the size of it daunt us. And we are, as we want to do, actively engaged in sourcing the funds now to make it happen. There are a number of other champion districts, as I mentioned too, is another way to get involved. We don't expect 7020 to do that, obviously, because that's where the project or the program is located. So it's other districts around the world, and there are 7 or 8 of them so far that are really helping to make this happen. Those 4 grants that have already been approved by the Rotary Foundation, the total 1.35 million. Each one of them is, I think the smallest one is $295,000, by the way. So they're not small grants. They all have multiple districts involved in them. So we are already making the impact outside of 7020 for people who want to become meaningfully involved in this.
I have a question.
Yep.
Good morning, PAG, Lindsay, Gwen Ritchie.
Hey, Gwen.
So how successful have you been so far? I know it seems to me, and it's just my opinion, that a lot of the NGOs, for them, it's more about taking the credit or having the glory of having done something as opposed to making an actual difference. How successful, and I might not be right, but that's just how it seems sometimes with some of them. How successful have you been so far with bringing them on board with the HANWASH program?
Good point, and you're right. I mean, as I mentioned in the presentation, one of the issues that we have seen, and particularly after the earthquake in 2010, is a lot of well-meaning people who want to help, but obviously they want the pat on the back for it at the end, and too often come in, do a quick project, get applauded, and then walk, move on to some other part of the world, and it's all forgotten. And then when it doesn't operate anymore or work, there's no one around to get it back up and running. We aren't using that model. As I mentioned, whoever gets involved in this and all of the NGOs that we have engaged with through HANWASH know that they are joining a multi-decade effort and a coordinated, sustainable solution. The same way that we have tackled the polio problem is the way that we are dealing with this and selling it to them. So on the ground, a local NGO, Haiti Outreach, has a number of their senior people are also Rotarians and also involved in the HANWASH steering committee. So they help to make others understand, you know, the platform that we're advancing here. And through all the negotiations we've ever had with any of these people, we're making it clear that this is a collective effort and not about one person getting all the glory, etc. So it's just a matter of how you manage and negotiate with the various NGOs that are already involved and the ones that are ongoing in negotiations and discussions now.
Thank you.
I think Karen had her hand up.
Thanks, PAG Lindsay. It's always great to hear this presentation. Just wondered if you wanted to elaborate a little bit on how Rotary, particularly with this project, has been able to navigate through all the political and civil unrest that Haiti continues to face.
Yeah, it's been a concern for us. In fact, when it really, you know, boiled over with the presidential attack, assassination, we were really concerned that it was going to impact or even shut down the effort there, and quite the opposite has been the case. I mentioned the way that we are making this happen is in conjunction with those who are on the ground, and in fact, they have to lead the effort because they're the ones that are benefiting. So the 22 Rotary clubs that are already in Haiti and operating have been very germane and critical to making this work and are buying in. We've got people like PDG Robert Leger, others who are on the ground, Neil, who is a Rotarian but also works with Haiti Outreach, is the major NGO on the ground there that I mentioned. Excuse me, Fritz, trying to think of others. Not Caleb. Oh my. There's another prominent Rotarian that we know, very involved in it. And as I say to the contrary, we have been able to continue what we were doing, continue the planning, continue the implementation of the various grants. And so far, we're not naive. We know that things may change. We're obviously more careful in what we do, but we have not had any negative impact from the unrest to date.
Thank you very much, PAG Lindsay. I'd like to invite IPP Francis to give our vote of thanks this morning.
Good morning, PAG Lindsay. Good to see you as usual. An awesome presentation on HANWASH this morning. Very enlightening. The Adopt a Well-Pressed initiative is a great way to get all the clubs involved in this project to help and assist providing water for such a great presentation this morning and bringing us up to date on what is happening in Haiti. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, PAG Lindsay and IPP Francis for the awesome presentation this morning. We will now like to do our raffle drawing this morning, and I'd like to invite back Tunisia to do our raffle drawing this morning.
Hey again, hold 1 second for me. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to shuffle it. It may be a little delayed on your end, but I promise you guys, I'm shuffling the screen. I mean, shuffling the names. Okay, so just making sure I have everyone. Okay, there we go.
Congratulations, Nicolette.
Nicolette.
Great job. Thank you, Nicolette. Awesome. Thank you, Tunisia.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Nicolette.
I'll be in touch with you.
All right, we'll now have our four-way test. I'd like to invite Barrett to give us our four-way test as we start to close out our meeting.
Good morning, fellow Rotarians, and good morning, guests. Rotarians, please join me in reciting our four-way test. Of all the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it build goodwill and
better friendships?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you.
Thank you, Barrett. And our final toast by PP Leroy.
Good morning, fellow Rotarians and guests. Let us raise our mugs, let us raise our glasses in a toast to Rotary around the world.
Rotary
around the world.
Enjoy your week.
Thank you, PP Leroy. This concludes our meeting today. I want to thank all the participants, and also want to thank all our guests and for coming out this morning. Hope you enjoyed the meeting. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you next week, same time, same place. For those who like to stay back, we are opening our breakout rooms for fun and fellowship.